I don't know. Just
probably not.
No one cares anymore. Welcome to Glacier Peak High School. We have a huge Wesco 4A girls basketball game tonight. Glacier Peak and the Lake Stevens Vikings. Oh, there we are. Are we actually on right now? Oh my gosh, Scott Ohsman,
hello.
Tim Boyle, Ron Henthorn.
We're on?
We're on. Say hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
We're high above our perch here at Glacier Peak High School. The Bear Cave and Lake Stevens, they both come in. They are fighting for #1 tonight. 7-1 in the conference, both of them. Glacier Peak 9-5 overall. Lake Stevens 11-3. The big news, guys, Lake Stevens in the old RPI, they are #8. That's gaudy. GP right now at 20. This is the matchup of the week in girls basketball.
I think it's more of the matchup of the month at least with these two teams. 7-1, they're both duking it out for the for first place in Wesco. I think we're going to have a fight on our hands tonight. I think it's going to come down. I think it's going to be tight. I think it's going to come down to the wire.
And Ron Henthorn, you had a chance to talk to 10th-year head coach Brian Hill before the game. What was his comments?
Well, he's nervous about this game, but he thinks it's going to be a good game. He says this is playoff fever tonight. This game means a lot to both teams because the team that comes out #1 gets the first position in the playoffs in spite of what the RPI says. So it's going to matter who they play in the playoffs. So it's a big game. And of course, Lake Stevens coming off that loss to Kamiak on Wednesday, they got blood flowing in their veins.
That was a heartbreaker, right, gentlemen? That was a buzzer beater.
Yes, Kaylin Brunner, she hits a 3-ball corner pocket right at the buzzer to beat them 52-50.
Did you ask Kevin Calabral if you could use that?
I did. I actually pay him every time. Kevin down in Portland. I was listening to Kevin Calabral last night actually on Comcast trying to get into NBA basketball, the Portland Trail Blazers. Anyway, right here we're at high school basketball. And speaking of the playoffs, Ron Henthorn, they have a short memory in their kids, but the superstar Kylie Griffin, the senior, 6'2", heading to Gonzaga.
Yeah.
I tell you what, her and also Reagan Reed, they remember last year when GP knocked them out of the playoffs there, 60-41. So they are hungry, coming off that loss. They're one of the best teams in the state, and they want a piece of Glacier Peak. And going to Glacier Peak, Tim Boyle, they're coming off a 5-game win streak off a huge win just against Cascade the other night.
Yeah, they're very hot, and we talked about this before that it's kind of Glacier Peak's warming up right now. You know, it was tough to overcome the loss. They lost 3 Division I athletes last year, scholarship athletes, and it's tough because you got that senior leadership that you lose too. You don't just lose the talent, but it's really hard to replace the senior leadership, and they're starting to warm up now.
And Lake Stevens, the Vikings, in their all purple there in gold. You'll see Haley Grambo, the junior, come out meeting Lacey Taylor for Lake Stevens, the senior. As the starting lineups are coming up. And that is Michaela Guerra, the senior. And they're coming off. Last time these guys met was on December 8th, gentlemen, and Lake Stevens beat them 50-41 at Lake Stevens. And that is the only Glacier Peak Conference loss right now. Their second year here in the Wesco 4A. You take Jensen in number 11 for GP in the white. And number 22, that's Reagan Reed, just a sophomore for Lake Stevens.
If you're GP, you're thinking, okay, well, this isn't too bad. We've got one loss. It's on the road to one of the tougher teams in the state, definitely one of the tougher teams in the conference, and that's their only league loss this year. So.
And you alluded to that earlier, Tim. That was an early game loss in the season, and these girls just trying to gel together after that big season they had last year, losing 3 girls to a D1 basketball team. So
exactly. So
they're coming together good.
Yeah, I think what you're seeing them is that they're warmed up now. They've got all the glitches out, you know, and they're firing on all cylinders. So it's going to be a great matchup. Randy, you're joining us live right now. You're in for a treat. Grab your favorite beverage.
Should be a doozy. Randy Eden's the longtime 11-year head coach for Lake Stevens. We'll pause for the national anthem.
When you shop at Ace Hardware in Lake Stevens, you not only find what you need, we make sure you get the help you need too. Hi, this is Gray Eaglestead, and I own Lake Stevens Ace Hardware with my wife, Christine.
We'll greet you at the door and answer any questions you have about what you need. We're all about serving our customers and our community.
We support local high school sports and many other Lake Stevens organizations and events throughout the year.
So the next time you need something for that job around the house and a little friendly advice, come see us.
Ace Hardware in Lake Stevens. We are the helpful hardware folks.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware folks.
Did you know that Speedway Chevrolet is part of the Lee Johnson Auto family? That means 84 years of serving you the LJ way. Need a truck? We have the perfect truck to fit your needs. Half tons, 1 ton, 2-wheel drives, and 4-wheel drives. Our finance specialists are here to help you, whether you have good credit or bad credit. We're just off Highway 522 at West Main Street in Monroe.
Lee Johnson Auto family, the LJ way.
Scott Ohsman, Tim Boyle, Ron Henthorn, the 5-tool player, Sarah Elving on the camera. And as you look at Lake Stevens, and we talked about Kylie Griffin, but it's not all about number 40 for the senior. Reagan Reed averaging 14.8 points per game. She had 9 versus GP. Kylie Griffin, by the way, had 22 last time these guys met. And also Lacey Taylor, the other senior, she had 11 points versus Kamiak. She is steady as she goes as well.
Yeah, and Kylie Griffin, that's going to be the key for Glacier Peak tonight, because isn't that how Kamiak was able to beat Lake Stevens? They kind of shut her down a little bit.
Yeah, held her to 13 points.
Yeah.
So if you're watching tape, if you're Glacier Peak, they showed you a little decent road map here, but it's probably hard to keep her to 13 night in and night out.
Always easier said than done. But I think if Glacier Peak keeps her to 13 points, they got a really good possibility of winning this game.
We got Kevin Erickson down there in the striped shirt, going to toss the ball up for the one and only time it happens here in girls basketball
I've
tonight.
seen this crew before.
And Jeff Sardoris and Pat Kaminsky, 3 of the top referees in the division here tonight.
Welcome Raiden Reed, I want to say, a new subscriber. And we're off. Vikings get the ball. And one thing we'll talk about is Newman, Alexis Newman, as Reed drives the lane, and there's Griffin for the putback.
Offensive rebound and a putback right to start this game.
One of the things, you look at the points, but as there's a great feed, and it's a finish by Jensen. Tied up at 2, just started 7:23 in the first quarter. But Kylie Griffin also the rebounds, his nice backdoor cut. This one cut off though by Guerra, and here comes Abby Josephitis, the senior. High post, and that's Newman. Newman has been on fire lately in the lefty.
And did she call glass?
She might have not have. Newman, 27 versus Mariner, 21 versus Kamiak. She is coming on strong late, the transfer from Arizona. Player of her game, and there's a nice drive, and also gets it to go. There's Reagan Reed.
Oh.
Long 3-ball.
Oh.
Way too much sauce. Grambo there, and it'll stay GP ball. Alexis Newman, our player of the game, Sudway Chevrolet player of the game the other night against Cascade. Grambo, Haley, the 5'8 junior, taking it out. Back out to Guerra. All the Grizzlies formidable from outside. Here comes Newman, wraps around, goes up, and draws the whistle.
But Newman could have got called for a foul herself that time because she stuck her arm out around there, and it's like a hook grab and got away with that one.
First on Reagan Reed, and Alexis Newman heads to the line.
Girls always seem to be able to shoot free throws better than the boys a lot of times at this age.
Typically.
Guaranteed.
She hits it.
It's all fundamentals.
6-4, Glacier Peak, the home team, as Reagan Reed pulls it up to the front court right now and gets it back over. Trying to find Griffin. Kylie Griffin, stop, pop, not there. Big rebound.
Oh.
Johansson can't get it. Come the Grizzlies. Josephitis stops. Drains boom.
It's a great give back by Haley Grambo there too on the assist.
And we have, but Ron, you have seen Abby Josephitis just go unconscious outside the arc.
She can do that. She's got 5 in one game already.
Reed with a tough runner, and she will get picked up there on Jensen and head to the line. Tough shot.
Number 11, Nicole Jensen, her first team's first.
Nicole Jensen, one of the tougher defenders in there for GP, and she'll be trying her best to keep those gals off the boards.
For sure. My daughter played basketball with her a couple years, and she was an expert shot blocker when she was a kid.
Reed hits it. Just the early minutes, 5:36 left to go in this first quarter. Both teams sitting atop 7-1 in the Wesco 4A conference.
Nobody's missing free throws tonight.
Nope.
Well, you said the girls are better.
Josephitis.
Do we have that on record?
You got Tim Boyle said that. It's got to be true.
Fact
if
checker.
I said it, it's not true. You can bank on that.
You didn't predict it. 11 on the shot clock. This one, the zone comes up. Here's Reed. Back out Smith.
Oh.
And Reed gets it one more time. 3, no good. Long rebound, Grambo. Grambo sizing it up, goes all the way, and it's swirled in.
A spinning roller into the rim.
Just enough English, and that stretches it 11-6, 4:55. A timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well. We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Our Mitsubishi electric cooling and heating system allows you to control the temperature in each room separately, all of which can be controlled from your smartphone or tablet. And because we are the mini split experts here in Washington, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electrical today or visit us at gsheating.com. Back here, another notable game tonight as we're looking at the 3A girls. You have Edmonds Woodway and Shorecrest. Shorecrest right with Snohomish. Snohomish 7-0 in conference, 13-2 overall. That should be a good game. We'll see if we can get scores.
3A division is stacked down there with some teams.
Really is.
Edmund Woodway's in 4th place, and they're 13-2 overall on the year.
Grambo with the steal, back out. Newman goes up, and she's hammered. And hope everybody's okay as Taylor Smith hustled down and didn't want Newman to have an easy lay-in.
second, going to the line to shoot 2 for Glacier Peak, number 23.
Smith's first foul, team's second foul, and here's Newman. This one shoots short.
I jinxed it.
12, Savannah.
I predict the next one. She's going to make this one.
Oh, she's making this one.
Okay. You heard it here.
That
Oh,
one
she didn't get
spins
the
out.
rim.
Wow.
She didn't get the Haley Grambo rim.
Kylie Griffin back out. Here's Reed. 11-6 Lake Stevens Vikings coming off their first conference loss in Kamiak. Good pick and roll. There's the spin. Bounces out. Josephitis trying to save it, but it'll stay Vikings basketball. So you see the moves for Kylie Griffin, the Gonzaga Bulldog commit. Reed thinks about it, now goes back one step, rolls out. Big rebound by Newman. Guerra. Great roll by Newman. Not there. Rebound. Here comes Reed. Reed wants to push. Smith, long range. Comes Grambo the other way. Haley, bounce pass. Jensen wide open under the rack. A little bit too much sauce. Good thought, though.
Would have been a good assist.
Scoring kind of settled down for a couple minutes here. It was 11-6 a while ago.
3:34 left in this first quarter. Substitutions for Glacier Peak. Alea Collins in, number 22, and also Guffey Sydney. She's on Reed right now. Reed takes her. No foul. Griffin with a rebound. Turnaround jumper. And Kylie Griffin, nothing there. She has 2 points. Long Newman. Got it.
Basket by number 23, Alexis.
Newman continues to be hot. She wants another T-shirt, right?
She does, and that's all about the dish, Ron Henthorn.
All about it.
Great eyes, great feed down low. 13-6 GP, 2:50 left in the first quarter.
It's all about using the backboard on that layup, too. Too many of these girls try to lay it over the edge, and it doesn't go well that way.
Long range for Reed. Big rebound, and it goes in for Hannah Johansson.
Lake Stevens is not shy tonight on those 3 balls. Just few of them have been just off the mark.
Randy Edens is taking his teams as there's a whistle down on the floor.
He's going to get a charge.
Going against Reagan.
A block.
On Reagan. Reed.
Fouls on number 22, Reagan.
That's her second.
Team's third.
Team's third foul. Collins with the inbound. Goes out to Guerra. 13-8, 2:22 left in this first quarter. Somebody's going to come out of here first place in the Wesco 4A as we head towards the end of January.
And this will be the last times these 2 teams meet up.
Whoa.
Two-pointer there by Newman.
Was that a 2? Yeah. She was right on the line.
And the Vikings trying to find an offensive answer. Here's Smith, and she finds it.
Basket by number 12, Savannah Smith.
First 3 for the night for Lake Stevens.
And we'll see who it is. Look at Alexa Newman.
She was like, what? Should I do that or not?
Kevin had to defer that one over there to Jeff to figure out what was going on. He didn't see it.
Into the game for Lake Stevens, number 42, Melania.
So Taylor Smith, 14 to take the ball out. Substitutions in. Galliani in. 6-foot senior, number 42. Down low on the block as Brian Hill brings his team in together as there's some commentary. Or it looks like, is it an earring? Off camera here. We're ready for play. Equipment check there. 15-11, 134 left. Lake Stevens trying to find something to stay in this early. Griffin directing traffic. Great back cut there. Smith can't handle it.
That was a travel.
Savannah And a deep ball. Collins too far underneath.
Picks up the foul, though. She'll be going to the line for 2.
Second foul for Taylor Smith. So Taylor and Reagan Reed both have 2 fouls.
14, Taylor Smith, her second.
And that's Taylor Smith's second.
Shooting 2 free throws for Glacier Peak. Number 22, Aaliyah.
Aaliyah Collins, a 5'7" freshman, getting a ton of play and good minutes here for this GP squad. Rebuilding, as Tim alluded to, she makes that.
Into the game for Lake Stevens,
After last year's championship run, losing in the state championship. With
Yeah, they lost
3
that
D1s.
first game last year to Stanwood, and then they ran the table all the way up to the championship game. Had a lead in that game briefly.
They did. We were both there.
Yep.
Collins hits both of them. Now the press. Feels like GP.
Oh,
There's the
Sydney
steal
with
by Sydney. Grambo off the rim. Rebound. The Vikings. Sarah Dominic. Here comes Griffin.
Ooh.
Gets her pocket pick from behind and regains control. Looking wide open. Taylor underneath.
By number 10, Lacey Taylor.
Great find by Kylie Griffin.
17-13 now, GP.
Give the Vikings credit. Felt like GP was up way more. Sydney blocked there by Galliani with the ball. Didn't it feel like GP had a bigger run? And credit the Vikings staying calm.
Well, the Vikings were just off the mark on a bunch of those threes. Then they hit one, and the momentum shifted a little bit.
Kylie hits the 3-footer there. 4 points for Griffin, the senior. Alexis Newman, step back 3. You kidding me? Big rebound, and that'll finish out the first quarter. A good first. Let's see what happens in the second, right after this. Back here, Scott Ohsman, Tim Boyle, Ron the Wedge, Henthorn. It is a fun night. We got the band here at Glacier Peak High School in Snohomish, Washington. 17-15. Glacier Peak leads by 2 here heading into the second quarter. And Ron Henthorn, the Vikings weathered a first storm here by the Grizzlies.
They did just that. They got this back to 2 points here to start the second period, and we'll see what they can come up with.
Basketball's a game of runs. They've both been on one.
Alexis Newman with 8 and the ball, and she drives right into the paint and goes to the line.
She's been spending some time at the free throw line
She
tonight.
has.
Fouls at number 12, Savannah Smith.
2 for 4 from the line so far tonight.
15 foul on Lake Stevens.
And she hits that, and they charge that one to Savannah Smith, her first for Lake Stevens. That one had some sauce.
Didn't have anything to say about that one, Tim, so she made them both.
That's right, didn't jinx her.
10 points for Alexis Newman, just a junior. Down low, good shot there by Sarah Dominic.
Sarah Dominic.
Timeout.
And Brian Hill does not like what he's seeing. He gets a quick TO, baby.
Well, Sarah was wide open under the basket, and a nice deep bank shot off the board, too.
I think he actually called the timeout because he wanted to choose somebody. We're not going to mention any players, but He definitely had something to say to somebody.
STSPN.com coming up next. We have been just almost every night the 5-tool player. I mean, he is putting some miles on the machines tonight in the camera. Next for Glacier Peak, Wednesday night at Jackson, always fun, and that will be right here on STSPN.
Anytime boys or girls?
I'm talking girls. But we also have, Ron, I don't know if you have the schedule up, but we have all kinds of stuff. Next week, I think there is a boys game against Jackson, maybe.
Next Tuesday is boys Jackson, and Wednesday is girls Jackson.
Right here on STSPN.com. Out of bounds, going to go to Lake Stevens.
Number 33, Abby
Josephitis checks back in for Glacier Peak. Collins will sit down. And now Savannah Smith, the junior, going to bring the ball up as Reagan Reed had some fouls. 16 on the shot clock. Now they go in the man-to-man. Josephitis on her, waiting for a screen. Dominic. Kylie finding room. Spot up jumper and a big rebound by Grambo. Jensen. And that's going to go off Savannah, and they'll stay Glacier Peak ball with 21 on the shot clock. 2-point ball game. Big game for positioning heading towards the playoffs, Tim Boyle. This is a lot on the line here.
Well, it's going to be the tournament seeding that this is going to determine.
Talked about the RPI. Lake Stevens at 8, Glacier Peak at 20. Josephitis from downtown. Oh my!
That was Harlem Globetrotters three-point line.
She was at the Mill Creek La Schwab, for crying out loud. My goodness.
Check the air in those tires.
And big tough D. Guerra trying to fight.
Get her for a foul there. It's going to be her first, though.
Michaela, the senior, 5'11".
Only 2 fouls in the half for Glacier Peak.
Yeah.
Compared to 5 for Lake Stevens.
Actually, the fouls
Griffin has got problems. She gets it to Galliani. Just bounces out. And Grambo.
Haley's gets some rebounds tonight.
She is.
Here
you're talking about their track star. Great dish. And Newman puts it in.
Look at that. She gets the rebound, goes down the court, and gets a great assist.
12 for Newman. And absolutely credit Haley Grambo.
Uh-oh.
Long range, Savannah Smith. Her second 3.
Trying to keep up with Abby.
Boy, they go just long range. Abby. It's going to call on Dominic.
Dominic, I think, her first.
But that's going to 6 team fouls.
Dominic, her first, team 6.
A little bit of foul trouble right now for Lake Stevens.
And that's why you're not seeing Reagan Reed, the sophomore. She's got 2 fouls.
Look at that.
Number 23, Alexis.
And Alexis Newman.
knows how to use the glass, I'm here to tell you.
14 points for the junior.
First half.
Savannah bowed out. Ooh.
I think she stepped on the line, or were they getting a foul?
Oh, must have been a screen foul on Jensen.
Number 3, Michaela Guerra.
Funny, they blew the whistle before it looked like she made any contact with her.
I think
it was on Michaela. It was a blocking foul away from the ball.
Yeah, it was off ball. It's second on Guerra, third on team foul. Sydney Guffey comes into the ball game for Glacier Peak, and Randy Edens wants to draw it up for Lake Stevens with 5:20 left in the first half. It's a 30-second.
By Lake Stevens.
We'll hear from Speedway Chevrolet and come back right after
Did
this.
you know that Speedway Chevrolet is part of the Lee Johnson Auto family? That means 84 years of serving you the LJ way. Need a truck? We have the perfect truck to fit your needs. Half tons, 1 ton, 2-wheel drives, and 4-wheel drives. Our finance specialists are here to help you, whether you have good credit or bad credit. We're just off Highway 522 at West Main Street in Monroe.
Lee Johnson Auto Family.
She's having a great game, so she wouldn't be offended.
She is back here. Sorry, look away from your screens, at least for me. You see our mugs here. So we head back to action. There's Reagan back in the ball game, playing with 2 fouls. It'll stay Vikings basketball. She is quick, isn't she?
Absolutely.
She probably got fouled but didn't get called on that one.
It looked like she might have got fouled a little bit.
Just a sophomore, break into the basket. Ball on the ground. Guffey there, tied up with Kylie Griffin.
Oh, possession goes to Lake Stevens.
5:11 left to go in this first half. 26-20 Glacier Peak. Savannah Taylor taking it out, tries to get it in. Tough pass. Sydney down court. Grambo 1-on-2. Lefty
and some change.
One.
Grambo's a little speedster. Was a great track and cross country runner
Number 30,
in her
Sarah
youth.
Dominic, her second, team 7. Into the game for Lake Stevens, number 40, Kylie Gracie. The basket counts by number 1, Haley
So
Grambo.
Dominic will take a
Over the line
seat.
to shoot, Deanne
Kaylee Bracey, comes in, number 40. Grambo goes to the line and makes the three-pointer. Grambo having a big night.
And actually she still runs track, actually.
Well,
A
she
sprinter now.
She is running the court well.
Yeah.
5 points for her and a couple great assists. And that is a great defensive play for Grambo.
She's all over the court.
I thought that was off of
She's
Haley.
playing a little bit like Paisley Johnson, kind of all over the place.
Does
And-
remind,
yeah.
that's a good point.
Got the Paisley headband on, too.
Hate it when you make good points.
Thank you.
Excuse me, Newman. Joseph Pitus with a big rebound, cross court. Newman thinks about it, gets Griffin up in the air, good block.
Oh, and look
then
at Sid the
Guffey.
kid. Sid's hurt.
Sydney got smacked as Josephitis ball gets back to Sydney. Finds an open, driving, Josephitis not there. Newman back up.
And
it goes.
Can you believe that
Alexis Newman!
Now Lake Stevens is going to have to talk about it a little bit. Timeout on the floor.
And Randy Edens wants to talk about defensive rebounding. We'll be back right after this.
Wow.
Boy, there was a lot of opportunities there.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At G&S, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Our Mitsubishi electric cooling and heating system allows you to control the temperature in each room separately, all of which can be controlled from your smartphone or tablet. And because we are the mini split experts here in Washington, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. Call G&S Heating, Cooling, and Electrical today.
Big thank you to G&S Heating. Scott Ohsman, Tim Boyle, Ron Henthorn back 31-20, and it was tight. Lake Stevens brought it to within 2, and now all of a sudden, through great hustle, steals, dishes, and all of a sudden, Glacier Peak up 31-20, gentlemen.
Yeah, it's a game of runs, and I think Haley's fighting for a T-shirt tonight.
Yes.
If we were counting assists, I think Haley's got about 4 or 5 good assists in there tonight, as well as her 5 points so far. So
Sydney Guffey looks okay. She got kind of smacked in the face, and all of a sudden she found the ball in her hands and had a great dish to the driving Josephitis. And now they're pressing, so Brian Hill, the head coach.
Get him for a foul.
He wants
probably going to be on Sid.
Put the gas down here.
Sydney Guffey, her first, team's 4th.
Team's 4th. Reagan.
Good time to put the pressure on here.
4:07 left, and that pays off this time. Turnover off the pressure. Josephitis, not enough, but the rebound is there and the putback.
Nice offensive rebound there.
Give her a rebound and a shot made. Kylie Griffin taking things in her own hands. She's picked by Grambo.
Are they calling a foul on Haley on
Yeah,
that?
she actually tripped her a little bit. If you had a replay on that, you can see her foot caught her as she took the ball away from her. So, unfortunately for Haley, that was a foul.
Incidental contact.
She got tripped before that. Just saw the replay. So the Vikings with 3:46 left in this first half, they need to make up some ground here. Savannah Taylor back out.
Oh,
Long range.
Oh, my God. Whoa. That should be a 4-pointer.
Raining Reed.
Man.
She was almost to midcourt.
That was in Josephitis type range. Guffey at the top of the key. And Kylie Griffin wants to put it, and she smacks it, and they're going to call it a foul. She cannot believe it.
It'll be on Kaylee Griffin.
Kylie.
Excuse me.
Fouls on number 44, Kylie Griffin, her first.
That's only her first.
Going to the line to shoot 2 for Glacier Peak.
Kylie at
Number
6'2",
21, Guffey.
and Guffey at 5'8".
Sid gets 2 shots here.
Off the mark.
Younger sister of the hitman Justin Guffey,
Yes.
who's got a lot of air time in his day.
The hitman he's got a lot of t-shirts too.
He does.
Reagan up the sideline. Oh, I hope
that's
she's
gonna-
all right. She slipped.
Gonna get Abby for a foul on that
And
one.
all of a sudden, Glacier Peak picks up just 2 really quick fouls.
Fouls on number 33, Abby Josephitis, her first, team 6.
Team 6 now, her first is our PA announcer. Great work, Bob Blair. 34-23, 3:11 left. Lake Stevens, there drives Reagan Reed, no call.
Wow.
And she doesn't know what's going on.
A little bit of contact down there.
One of those 2 girls fouled. Either a charging foul or a blocking foul, and nobody got called.
They canceled each other out, Ron.
That's what it was?
Yeah,
I'll buy that.
that's what I'm going with.
Alexis Newman with the ball back to Grambo. Cutting Guffey. Jensen. Bounce pass to Guffey inside. Not there. Another big rebound by Grambo. This time, Lake Stevens, Anna Johansson comes up with it.
Possession arrows?
No, foul.
Foul?
Fouls on number 21, Sydney Guffey.
And that's going to go on Guffey, her second, but that's going to
Now
get him into
GP's all of a
bonus.
sudden in the bonus. And they went from like 2 fouls to 7 fouls and just like that.
The Vikings also in the bonus. Guffey sits down.
And number 22, Aaliyah Collins.
Aaliyah Collins steps in, number 22, as Johansson misses the front end of the 1-1. Josephitis with 8 points so far. Stay Glacier Peak basketball. Savannah Taylor gets in there. Savannah Smith, rather. Collins out front.
Oh,
and
looked like
Reagan,
some contact there.
and that's
going to
Is
go
that
3
three
on
on
her.
her?
That'll
Yep.
be 3 on Reagan. Yep.
she
No,
looks.
that wasn't a good foul there.
She looks immediately to the sidelines, and she knows
She's coming out.
Lake Stevens, number 10, Lacey Taylor.
There's good fouls and bad fouls, and that would go under the bad fouls.
She's trying to hustle and play good defense, but with 2 fouls already, with 2:25 left in the first half, they need her. A miss there by Collins. Great hustle by Newman right into the Vikings.
Boom, gets her
And
pocket picked.
yes, she does. Collins, but
Oh,
travels.
travels.
Traveling violation, Lake Stevens basketball.
Double turnovers back to back.
Parent.
We got some angry parents
That
on
was
that
a parent
call.
did not like that particular
Well, the
call.
parents are never biased. though.
No.
I actually didn't see the travel on that either. I'll have to go back and look at it.
The Vikings
Ooh.
trying to find something. 3-ball, and there it is.
Number 40,
Big shot there by Kylie Bracey.
She got a nice little set shot there.
3 balls will make it up in a hurry. Driving Newman dishes it off.
Oh, they're going to get her for a charge?
Yep.
Wow, and all of a sudden the fouls just started going the other way.
player control foul called on number 22, Aaliyah Collins. Her first.
Collins, they get it. Since it's an offensive charge, they don't go to the line.
Oh, it was on Collins.
And number 12 for Glacier Peak in the ball game. Feel like this half is at Goodines. Griffin with the ball. 1:40 left to go here in this first half. 34-26 as Savannah Smith will stay Vikings
Second
basketball.
Went a lot slower than the first quarter.
Yes, it did.
I think it's the fouls that have just stopped the clock so many times.
9 for Lake Stevens, 8 for GP.
Oh.
Bracy.
Oh,
and Newman, Alexis Newman. Left-handed layup.
She was thinking about dunking there for a second.
She was, I thought so.
She had it on her mind.
Yeah.
16 points
Maybe next
for Alexis
year.
Newman here in the first half.
Uh-oh, there you go
There's
again.
another one. Collins on her right. She's going to stop. Great play there to let Griffin go by.
18, you meant to say, right?
I did.
Well, she's having herself a career night already.
27 is her season high against Mariner. 52 seconds left in this first half.
Oh, look
Another
at that.
steal. Josephitis with the lay-in.
Boy, and there's a quick run by GP. Just like that, it's 40-26, gentlemen.
6-0 run quickly. Oh, there's
Smith.
almost another one there. That's going to be a foul.
Oh, they're going to get her for it.
It's going to be a second foul on
And the freshman
Collins.
Number 22, Leah Collins.
Leah
Now
Collins.
Each got 9 fouls.
2 on her.
Savannah Smith.
Todd Elvig acting like he's New York, like he's the New York office for the NFL or MLB, going, nope, I don't think so. They should get on the headsets and call
That's
up
what
to
he's
Todd.
doing. He's got his headsets out.
She does it
I think
the
he's on
first.
the line with Mike Pereira.
I think so.
Into the game for Lake Stevens. Number
I think Mike's in bed by now.
Kylie Griffin's going to take a breather. Galliani comes in for Griffin. And Smith can't hit that one. And Kylie Griffin with only 4 points. She's coming off, for her, a rough night against Kamiak, only 13. So see how this
Well
shapes up in
below
the
her
second
average.
half. 1 second difference from shot clock to game clock here. 12 on the shot clock. We end up the first half. Newman, she's been spectacular. Can she finish it? Big rebound by Jensen.
Possession arrow to GP, and they're going to have about 1.6 seconds to get that off.
And Coach Edens, he's got to talk hustle, and that's you're seeing a
I'd
lot
take a
of kids
timeout
getting
right
out
there.
hustled. 1.6 seconds left. Grambo. Newman trying to put it up, and it will not go.
Newman she's upset. She thought she got fouled there.
She's going to have to settle herself with 18 first half points.
Stay off the playing surface for the safety of the players and the game officials. We ask that you stay
As
off
Todd Elvig is trying to talk to me here, but you can't hear him, but we're going to show a replay. We're going to go back to the traveling.
That's the one that I said that I didn't see it.
Our new New York headquarters up here.
At halftime, rolling about the
Todd
stands.
Elvig,
I
the
didn't see
5-tool
the travel
player.
on here, but we'll see.
Now you see the rebound. Newman saves it.
The race is July 21st.
GP steals it again, and here she gets the ball.
For girls
Oh,
basketball.
did she pull that?
It didn't look like
Pivot
it there.
step.
Did you see it, Todd?
Third prize,
Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
There's a reason I'm not a referee in basketball, though.
I don't know.
I
Is that controversy heading to the half?
Oh, yeah.
It's definitely the half.
Why don't you tweet that, Todd? Do you see, take a poll. Do you see a travel here?
Well, while you heading to the half there, that was a grisly 23-12 run in that second period, guys.
And it was really off the hustle, the steals, and the rebounds.
You bet.
Yeah. Credit Haley Grambo for a lot of that hustle, and a lot of the scoring obviously goes to Newman. Hello, Newman.
Oh, he's been waiting all night to do that. We'll be back with halftime here. Glacier Peak 40 and Lake Stevens 27. Gentlemen, all atop, tied up, not at 7-1. Who's going to come out the number one team in Wesco 4A? As I'm trying to fill, as Todd is still trying to tweet out something.
He is going to tweet it out.
What an adorable, if you see down on the court, we have some young ladies. That's awesome. We'll go to break. We'll be back right after this. You're watching great Wesco 4A girls basketball on STSPN.com.
That Speedway Chevrolet is part of the Lee Johnson Auto family? That means 84 years of serving you the LJ way. Need a truck? We have the perfect truck to fit your needs. Half tons, 1 ton, 2-wheel drives, and 4-wheel drives. Our finance specialists are here to help you, whether you have good credit or bad credit. We're just off Highway 522 at West Main Street in Monroe.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
When you shop at Ace Hardware in Lake Stevens, you not only find what you need, we make sure you get the help you need too. Hi, this is Gray Eaglestead, and I own Lake Stevens Ace Hardware with my wife Christine.
We'll greet you at the door and answer any questions you have about what you need. We're all about serving our customers and our community.
We support local high school sports and many other Lake Stevens organizations and events throughout the year.
So the next time you need something for that job around the house and a little friendly advice, come see us.
Ace Hardware in Lake Stevens, we are the helpful hardware folks.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware folks.
Chevy trucks. We think it's because Chevrolets are the most dependable trucks built to last a long time. With durability and ruggedness. Son of a gun. Chevrolet pickups are designed and built better than ever, giving you a smooth, solid ride since 1918. I like the extra power, hauling power, super powerful,
Maxi power!
and quality.
Seems they make them
Strong, extra strong.
stronger every year.
Chevy trucks are built for work.
Hard work.
And for play.
That's why Chevy's the best truck.
Mile after mile.
Welcome back, STSPN here, high above the court at Glacier Peak High School. Welcome back, Scott Ohsman, Tim Boyle, and Ron Henthorn, the 5-tool player here. Ron, go over some finals in the halftime. Obviously for Glacier Peak, it's all about Alexis Newman, 18 in the first half.
Yeah, Alexis with 18, Abby with 10, by the way. So she's kind of hanging in there, but a good team effort all the way around for the Grizzlies. One of the things we noticed was that the Vikings had 10 turnovers in that first half, and against 4 for the Grizzlies, and most of those 10 came in that second period there, I think.
Yeah, and I agree. And then for a while, Lake Stevens had like 9 fouls to 2 or something. But the other key is they've kept Kaylee Griffin to what? How many points?
4
does she have?
points.
4 points. That's probably why GP has a 13-point lead right now.
Well, I think the Vikings went into the locker room and said, we got to make some adjustments here, and one of those is going to be getting Kaylee Griffin into the...
I think you're going to see her start to score here.
Getting the ball inside to her, getting her up there in the air.
Couple scores. Glacier Peak boys takes the lead against this Lake Stevens Vikings, 31-27 at half. As you see, Griffin comes right at. Nicely played, gentlemen.
Expected.
That's what I called, didn't I?
That's exactly what you called.
Glacier Peak in the home whites. Jensen out to Grambo, who had a huge first half as well. Cutting, tough pass. And way to stick with it there is Lacey Taylor for the Vikings. And it is going to go to Lake Stevens. 40-29, 7:32 here in the third quarter.
Let's see if Lake Stevens can overcome a 13-point deficit on the road. That will be tough to do, but they got the guns for it.
Glacier Peak has been in the lead all the way so far. Vikings took it to 2, got it to 2. As you see, Reed drives, playing with 3 fouls.
Number 11, Nicole Jensen, her second.
And that's on
Team's first in the second half.
Jensen,
Free throws. For Lake
her
Stevens,
second.
22, Reagan Reed.
Reagan goes and she hits it. 7 points for Reagan in the first half.
Yeah, well, she was had to sit on the bench a little bit because of the fouls.
Back-to-back, 40-31, just like that, right? Coming in the third quarter here, the Vikings score 2 free throws and a bucket by Kylie Griffin.
And a turnover.
Yep, and here's another one. And Kylie goes down, and the possession arrow is going to go back to GP.
Possession arrow, Glacier Peak.
Boy.
But that's better hustle by the Vikings.
Yeah, it was on basically 2 couple turnovers and a foul, and just like that, they're starting to pick at that deficit.
Grambo gets it in. Alexis Newman spins baseline, tough shot. Rebound goes to Kylie Griffin. The Bulldog commit, spins and splits and makes it. And Kylie Griffin comes out of the locker room saying, I got this.
Boy, and just like that, now it's a 7-point game.
6:40
like
left
Ron
to go.
said, they're going to make some adjustments.
Joseph Pitus had a couple long threes. Cross court to Grambo. Grambo finds a crease, and
Picks
she will
up the
head to the
foul.
line.
And that's going to be on Kylie Griffin, I believe.
I think so.
Her second.
Fouls on number 44, Kylie Griffin, her second. Team's first. Going to the line to shoot 2 for Glacier Peak.
And you can't see on the camera, but our side is pretty much packed.
Oh, just
but
off
it is
the
a
rim.
quiet gym at moments.
And boy, these free throws are going to be crucial down the stretch because I think this is going to be tight. Misses them
Haley
both.
goes right, and there's a big rebound by Kylie. Here comes Griffin. Down the court to Taylor Smith. Reed, long range jumper. Back rim, huge rebound there by Alexis. And ties up with Taylor Smith, and it's going to go against Smith.
That's her third.
Her third, team second.
They got 2 people with 3 fouls there, gentlemen.
They do.
Reed and Smith are both sitting on 3 early in the third quarter.
Jensen looking. Alexis, nice fake. That's a 2 front rim. Good big rebound by Josephitis. Resets the shot clock. Josephitis back over there, and here's Alexis Newman.
That'd be wide open in the corner.
15 on the shot clock now.
Good ball control here by GP.
Alexis finds the room, left-hander, and she goes
and
hard
she
to the floor, but good sportsmanship. And Johansson tried to help her up.
She didn't
but
want any
Alexis
part of that.
said,
nope.
I ain't doing it.
First foul on Johansson?
Yep. Anna Johansson sends Newman back to line where she did quite well. It's gonna just about to jinx her.
That's 3 free throws in a row that GP's missed.
Silence.
Make that
Quiet
4,
in the gym.
boy.
Another rebound by
Like I said, these free throws are going to end up being crucial.
Griffin, coast to coast.
And
they called
they
a charge.
called her for a foul.
Wow.
And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? That's her 3rd foul. So now they've got 3 players sitting on 3 fouls. So it's
that was Kevin
a little
Erickson.
dicey.
Kevin was right on top of that down there. I got to believe he saw it right.
Well, from here, it looked like that could have gone either way.
Nicole Jensen. Here's Kylie. No one's going to get in her way this time, I don't think. She now has just 6 in the second half. She only had 4 in the first. Another turnover by Glacier Peak.
Now, Hill's going to talk about that. Now, get this. They haven't scored a point in this quarter.
They haven't. We'll be back to see what happens right after this. You're watching STSPN.com.
Wow.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Our Mitsubishi electric cooling and heating system allows you to control the temperature in each room separately, all of which can be controlled from your smartphone or tablet. And because we are the mini split experts here in Washington, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electrical today or visit us at gsheating.com.
Back here, it was a loud Bear Cave. It seems to have gone quiet here. The home team struggling coming out of the locker room.
Well,
Scott Ohsman, Tim Boyle, Ron Henthorn. Tim,
we talked about, is Lake Stevens going to be able to overcome this 13-point deficit? And the answer looks like yes. Glacier Peak hasn't done anything in the 3rd quarter. Not a point. They've turned the ball over about 3 times, given up a foul, missed every basket so far.
An 8-0 run for the Vikings there, and that's what it takes.
It's a game of runs.
Sydney Guffey checks in for Glacier Peak, and here's Reagan Reed playing with 3 fouls on Jensen. Going to give her the left. She goes all the way in, and she draws the foul by Guffey. And Reagan Reed going to a familiar spot, the charity stripe.
Fouls on number 21, Sydney Guffey.
Guffey's got 3.
That's her 3rd.
Team second, shooting 2.
Only the team second. And she's 3 for 3.
And yeah,
make her 5 for 5, actually. Sorry.
The other thing I didn't mention is GP's missed all 4 of their free throws this quarter, too.
That one, get there, but Griffin with a rebound, bites through and goes up. Another rebound, and she is, as Reed comes in, and great hustle there.
Nothing is going right for GP, not a single thing, offensively or defensively.
Well, a tale of 2 halves.
Yeah.
Lake Stevens doing exactly what Glacier Peak was doing so well. This time, Reed can't get the pass, and Josephitis, the senior, goes up to Guffey. Guffey with a nice little 5-footer, and Sydney gets the first bucket of this half for the Grizzlies. Kylie Griffin, she's been big, and that's Reed. 3-ball!
She can hit those. She can hit them if she's 5 or 6 feet back, too.
13 for Reagan Reed.
The 13-point lead is now 3.
Josephitis!
That she got bumped, too.
with a great pass, high-low by Sydney Guffey.
Josephitis been a little bit quiet tonight.
Need to get her shooting some more threes.
Smith, tough one-hander, rolls out, and it's going to go to Glacier Peak.
Glacier Peak basketball. Into the game for Glacier Peak.
Collins comes in, and she's going to give Grambo a breather. Haley having a great night so far. 44-39, 3:45 left in the third quarter. Playing for the #1 spot in Wesco 4A, Collins.
Oh,
Jensen way downtown. That one even
she
too
was
much.
about 8 feet behind the line there.
Here comes Reagan Reed. Gets it over. Smith back out, and Johansson puts it down. 3-point lead for Glacier Peak. Collins spins, runs. Not enough. Griffin on the other side.
3 on 2.
Collins, or excuse me, Reed finishes with the lay-in, and all of a sudden,
it's a 1-point game.
It's a whole different third period, isn't it?
Boy, like Scott said, the tale of two halves.
15 for Reagan Reed, playing with 3 fouls.
Mister.
Guerra now running back out to Josephitis. Guerra, Jensen. Guppy goes right to the baseline, floater, in and out.
Barely missed.
Griffin, she's got numbers. Reed still puts it up. And Reagan Reed, can't believe that was called Glacier Peak basketball.
Probably the right call because Reagan Reed traveled on that.
She did.
That attempt in there. So
shot an air ball, then came up and tried to get the rebound.
Alexis Newman back in the ball game for Glacier Peak in the home whites. 18 points in the first half for Newman, the junior transfer from Arizona. She gets it inside, posts up, right on the block, turns.
They're going
to call her the offensive foul.
And just nothing going right for Glacier Peak.
Only her first foul, third team foul on GP. Now it's getting fun. You got Newman going against Griffin on the block. Great matchup.
Ooh, and
Reagan.
Errors. That was about 5 or 6 feet behind the line, too.
Newman got called for that foul for the wraparound, and she's done that a couple times and got away with it. So
that's a good point.
It was a makeup call.
Sometimes the odds are eventually going to get to you.
You got to be in the right line of sight for the striped shirt.
Collins back out. Josephitis getting guarded by Savannah. Guerra. Josephitis, 10 on the shot clock. Sydney from 3. And Collins knocks it out.
Not getting the open looks they had in the first half.
Freshman for Lake Stevenson, number 32, Samai Morin, 5'11" freshman. Got a tough guard here on Newman. She's got the ball right now. Savannah, 7 on the shot clock. They got the freshman, and Reed bails it out. Great dish, and Kylie Griffin.
And guess what? Lake Stevens has the lead. I think that's their first lead of the night.
That is the first lead of the night.
They're on a 15-4 run.
Josephitis downtown. Dead red. Josephitis, top of the key.
She's been looking for that all night.
GP retakes the lead. Meanwhile, Reed, well, she is aggressive to the rim.
She's drawn a lot of fouls.
Going to go against Collins, I think.
Fouls on number 22, Leah Collins, her third.
It is her third.
Now GP's got 2 people playing with 3 fouls.
Both with 4 team
Never bothered
fouls.
me when I played.
With 3? You played with 4 all the time, I heard.
Most of the time, yeah.
It didn't bother you until you fouled out.
That's right.
Sarah Dominic, number 42.
And Lake Stevens hitting those free throws.
They are.
It's
Reagan
going to prove
Reed,
crucial down the line.
6 for 7 from the line so far tonight for Reagan Reed.
And I just have a feeling that Glacier Peak's going to want some of those free throws back, especially that 4 in a row where they missed 4 in a row.
And we are all tied up.
New ball game.
With 32 seconds left to go in this third quarter. Guppy wants it.
Sid post up.
And a big rebound there by Galliani.
She's throwing elbows too.
I'm surprised she's able to hang on to that one.
Lake Stevens into the game for Glacier Peak.
That was actually a good jump ball there because now the possession goes back to Glacier Peak. Lake Stevens had the ball anyway.
Brian Hill making a late substitution, doesn't get it out. Here's Dominic with the ball. 15 seconds left in this third quarter. What a third quarter for Lake Stevens. Galliani's going to take it herself. Dominic.
Oh, and right on the buzzer.
Right at the buzzer.
And that's why they wanted Haley Grambo in there to prevent something just like that.
Sarah Dominic.
Wow, that gave him that offensive rebound right on the buzzer.
And for only the second time, we head to the fourth.
Shop at Ace Hardware in Lake Stevens. You not only find what you need, we make sure you get the help you need too. Hi, this is Gray Eaglestead, and I own Lake Stevens Ace Hardware with my wife, Christine.
We'll greet you at the door and answer any questions you have about what you need. We're all about serving our customers and our community.
We support local high school sports and many other Lake Stevens organizations and events throughout the year.
So the next time you need something for that job around the house and a little friendly advice, come see us.
Ace Hardware in Lake Stevens. We are the helpful hardware folks.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Yeah.
So they just turned it around.
Ron and Tim talking about the big run. What a third quarter for Randy Edens. I tell you, he had a heck of a halftime speech. They came out possessed.
And they did. They made their adjustments and been saying this is a game of runs. And boy, it was Lake Stevens' turn to go on a run. That's for sure.
Let's see what happens in the fourth period. It's all going to come down to that.
Ooh.
Glacier Peak, the home team, both 7-1. Wesco 4A top. Lake Stevens will go, and that's broken up there.
Another turnover for
Galliani.
the Grizzlies.
The second half been a lot of turnovers for the Grizzlies. Dominic would hit the buzzer at the third quarter. This time, Collins comes up with a steal.
And she's going coast to coast, and
she hits it.
Wow. And that's a momentum changer right there. Now they need to hit some free throws here.
Savannah Smith, her second, team
Savannah Smith's second foul.
Now, GP has a chance to go back up here.
To shoot the bonus. And one. Into the game for Lake Stevens.
Collins averaging 7.6 coming into tonight.
She makes this, it'll be 7.
Only 3 points tonight. We'll see if she gets it, and she does.
Now 50-49 GP.
7:17 left in this 4A matchup. Kylie Griffin quiet in the first half, only 4 points, but she has come out motivated here in the second with 8. Galliani uses her body, but she traveled. Yes, she did. Great move, had position inside.
Too bad. She had everything she needed to make the basket.
One of very few turnovers Lake Stevens has had in this half. It's one of the keys is GP's got a lot of turnovers.
Back out. And Collins with a snifty move. 52-49 GP. Dominic the other way. Wide open Reed. Grambo right there in the spin. Keeps it down to Collins. Griffin on the D. And did she travel? She can't hit the bucket. Kylie comes up with it. Now she's just harassed.
That should be a turnover.
And Kylie hits it off a GP player.
Kylie saved a bucket down there. Collins probably should have looked to dish that one off.
6:18 left in the ball game. Press. Taylor Smith with it for Lake Stevens.
Oh, looked like a little travel there.
Taylor just gets it away. Reagan Reed. Griffin with a big rebound and a putback.
Oh, and that just kind of fell right in her lap there, and she was able to put that back up. All of a sudden, Griffin's having a big night.
14 for the night, 10 just in the second half, and a timeout on the court. We will take one as well.
When you shop at Ace Hardware in Lake Stevens, you not only find what you need, we make sure you get the help you need too. Hi, this is Gray Eaglestead, and I own Lake Stevens Ace Hardware with my wife Christine.
We'll greet you at the door and answer any questions you have about what you need. We're all about serving our customers and our community.
We support local high school sports and many other Lake Stevens organizations and events throughout the year.
So the next time you need something for that job around the house and a little friendly advice, come see us.
Ace Hardware in Lake Stevens, we are the helpful hardware folks.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware folks.
Want to thank IRG Physical Therapy in Mill Creek for coming on board the STSPN train. There, look at that good-looking crew. I've had kids go to IRG. It's good to have it. Scott Ohsman, Tim Boyle, we're on the wedge Henthorn right there. Inside though, not on the gridiron. Outside in the cold weather.
Nice and warm
We're in the
here,
controlled environment
Yes, it is.
of the Bear Cave.
And we have a great high school girls basketball game as we thought it would be.
As promised.
But with 13-point lead for Glacier Peak at halftime, we wondered, is it going to be that good? And it is delivered here in the second half.
Tim said it would. We knew it would.
New player in there and big rebound. Grambo for three.
Oh.
That is Lake Stevens basketball.
And number 15, Erling in. Maya Erling for Glacier Peak in the ball game. Reed, they break the pass. Here comes Griffin. Griffin right at Newman. What a rebound by Josephaitis.
Oh, and they're calling a jump ball.
Wow.
Held ball possession.
Or a held ball.
It'll go to the Vikings.
They don't jump anymore, Tim.
Lacey Taylor taking it out.
Not sure about that call.
I'm not either. Shoot it.
Oh, she was wide open.
Johansson, Griffin from the free throw line. Johansson tries to get there. It's scooped up there by Collins. Here comes Collins. And Reagan Reed has to pull off.
Basket number 22, Aaliyah.
Aaliyah Collins coming in strong, the freshman. Johansson the other way in the paint. Back and forth. There's Erling for the try for Glacier Peak, and out comes Reed.
And back and forth is right.
GP up by one. Kylie Griffin wants her own rebound, now looking for help.
Oh, and you know
Reed.
Reed's taking that.
Boom!
She is not shy.
What a second half for Reagan Reed, playing with 3 fouls.
She will shoot it from anywhere.
Vikings take the lead again here tonight, guys.
Up by 2. Here's Erling. Rebound by Newman. Newman trying to get back up.
Oh, and they called that a jump that quick.
Wow.
Wow, that was a quick trigger right there.
She didn't have possession of the ball even.
Alexis Newman had 18 in the first half. She has been quiet this second half.
Not sure about that one, Kevin.
Yeah, me either.
Josephaitis wants to take the lead back. Not this time. Big rebound there by Alexis. Newman has to get rid of it. Grambo, plenty of time on the shot clock. Collins has been great. Big cross-court pass. Now down to 10-second shot clock. Finds Collins underneath. 6. Josephitis wants to lead one more time off the back rim. Big rebound by Vikings. Back out down to Lacey Taylor. And
She'll
Jill.
get a foul.
Newman's going to get her second foul, I think. Or Collins going to get her fourth foul.
Yeah.
Fouls on number 22, Aaliyah Collins, her fourth.
Probably going to give her a rest there.
You're right on that. Here comes
And here she
Kayla
comes. Guerra comes in. Nope, she's coming in for Erling. No,
she
she's
should
not.
be coming in. They better get somebody
Brian's
off the court.
trying to tell who's coming in and out.
They took Haley Grambo out. That surprises me. I thought for sure Collins would be coming out.
Griffin, a wide open read, and she misses the gimme.
Oh.
Wow.
Could have got another ticky-tack foul there.
I was surprised they didn't blow the whistle on that.
2-point lead for the Vikings, 3:35 left in the game. And Kevin Erickson stops play.
Reed had to take something to the sidelines. I'm not sure what it was.
Something on the court, perhaps. Collins goes over the top for Newman.
Got it!
Basketball number 23, Alexis.
And every point is precious right now, gentlemen.
Her first bucket of the second half, 20 for Alexis Newman.
Looks like Nicole Jensen's about to come back in for the Grizzlies.
Reagan Reed fakes, slice, dice, and puts it through. Reagan Reed.
Reagan Reed wants a shirt.
Collins the other way, stuffed by
that.
Griffin. Griffin picked a pocket there by Collins, and Randy Edens has to get out of the way. Oh, man. And Griffin went down awkwardly, and she's
looks
limping.
Like she tweaked her ankle a little bit. She might have to
walk that off, maybe. Hopefully, she looks like she's going to do that.
Game for Glacier Peak, number 11, Nicole Jensen.
Oh, boy.
She's still favoring that ankle. It's going to be, if she has to come out, that's going to be, that's going to hurt.
Good.
Now they're going to take a timeout, I think.
He's going to talk it over there.
Not sure what they're talking over here.
Well, she's limping, and
now they're going to
Now they go get her something for her knee. Brian Hill talking, a lot of conversation.
It's an official timeout to allow her to get well, I guess.
To put that on her knee or something? I'm not sure.
Well,
the headband? What would happen
maybe
there?
it was a headband. I don't know.
Headband. That's what she put on.
Kylie's going to stay in there. She posts up, one step in the middle. And that's going to go Glacier Peak basketball. And Kylie having trouble.
She's walking tenderly, but she didn't look too tender on that move to the basket. And there's going to be a timeout here for the Vikes.
Randy Edens has to do that. They're up by 2.
Boy,
2:45 left. See how it's going to finish? We'll hear from Lee Johnson Chevrolet.
Did you know that Speedway Chevrolet is part of the Lee Johnson Auto family? That means 84 years of serving you the LJ way. Need a truck? We have the perfect truck to fit your needs. Half tons, 1 ton, 2-wheel drives, and 4-wheel drives. Our finance specialists are here to help you, whether you have good credit or bad credit. We're just off Highway 522 at West Main Street in Monroe.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
Stays with GP. Why we're going to look at Collins and Newman, and Josephitis are the 3 key players there, I think.
Ron Henthorn there talking about our conundrum here as far as we're starting the Speedway Chevrolet player of the game. Right afterwards, we'll have an interview up here.
There's a lot of people in the mix for it right now.
Glacier Peak leading this whole game. They're up by 13.5.
It's going to go down to the wire like I did that Kamiak Jackson game. I didn't know who was going to win, so I didn't know who was going to be player of the game until the last second.
That's right.
You have to have backups.
Might have a call audible. Guerra out front. Have to watch Kylie Griffin, see how that, with a knee or an ankle or a leg injury. Jensen on the screen. Collins has been outstanding here in the second half. Goes inside. Newman has a step and she puts it
And that's
right
a
in the
big
back of the
bucket.
bucket.
What's that for her?
22.
22.
Griffin out top, looks a little gingerly.
Oh.
She is not 100%. Taylor into Griffin, back down. Smith, long range, and she drops it. A big three. There's her first bucket of the night.
And that doesn't get much bigger than that tray right there. Puts them up by 3.
1:42 left. Can they tie it or bring it to 1? Jensen goes to the hoop. Off the mark, roll and rebound. Now it's blocked. Vikings ball. Here comes Reed.
Smartly pulled up there.
Absolutely.
1:24 left.
Good heads-up ball player by that.
Reagan,
look
way
at that.
down.
Oh my God.
What a three.
Holy smokes. Those are just daggers.
25 for Reagan Reed. That's a heartbreaker. Collins out front, 56 seconds left. Josephitis, they need a three or something. Newman drives in against 3, doesn't get the call, and she gets called for the offensive foul.
Really? I don't know about that.
Kevin
I think
Erickson.
that's a bad call. Todd's going to have to show that again on replay. I don't know about that being.
We got a full timeout here for Glacier Peak coming up.
I don't know about that being offensive foul there.
See if we can take one more look at that, as I know her mom did not agree. As you see her go up, kind of caught the back half of that play, but boy, Glacier Peak riding high, 13-point half lead, then all of a sudden, end of the third, 49-47,
It's
and here's
under
the play.
the basket too, where you usually get a little more leeway. And bring it to you in slow motion.
Here's Newman with the ball. Fakes, now takes it, top side, goes against 3 of them, collapse. Tough call.
I don't know.
Kevin Erickson ringing her up.
Well, the parent didn't like it, so we know it can't be a good call.
Oh, of course, but I hate, you have to give it. Lake Stevens, they were getting beat in every aspect of the game in the first half, and Randy Edens, the longtime coach for Lake Stevens, I don't know what he said to those ladies at halftime, but it worked.
It sure did. He made some adjustments. Well, one thing is he got Kaylee Griffin back in the game, who only had 4 points in the first half, and he quickly got her in the game.
A steal, and I think a great hustle play there by
the Grizzlies are going to get
Newman.
away with one there.
And it goes back to the Vikings, 46 seconds left to go.
6 points, a big thing to overcome.
It really is. And here's Reagan Reed, the sophomore. And Grambo had to foul.
That was Josephitis.
Or Josephitis, thank you.
And problem is Lake Stevens has not been missing free throws.
And really, yes, Reagan Reed has been outstanding from the stripe. 7 for 8 so far tonight. What's that, Ronnie?
Yeah, I think she's got 18 now, and now it goes 19. Probably end up with 20
points. 7-point game.
Total points?
Pretty almost insurmountable now.
I got her for 26 right there.
You got her for 26?
And 27.
Oh yeah, 27, you're right.
39 seconds.
Time is not on their side.
Rambo. Reagan Reed still hustling. Josephitis for 3, back rim. Big rebound there by Taylor with 27.5 left on the board.
Number 23, Alexis Newman, her third.
Glacier Peak 7-1 coming in, 9-5 overall. Lake Stevens 7-1, their first loss just the other night to Kamiak on the 3-point buzzer beater. Jackson at 5-3, and that's who Glacier Peak faces next Wednesday. We'll have that on STSPN. As you see the shot missed, big rebound there by Guerra. 22 on the shot clock, or 22 in the game, excuse me. Grambo back out. Somebody looking for a three. Jensen pulls up. Great hustle there by Jensen. And Griffin has it, and that's going to 9 seconds.
That's going to be your
Not
ball
much
game.
you can do.
They're going to dribble out of it. And Lake Stevens Vikings excited as they come back from a 13-point deficit, and they win 66-58. We'll be back with our Speedway Chevrolet Player of the Game right after this.
Who's going to go get her? You want me to go get her?
That'd be great.
Yeah, you going to get Reagan Reed?
Reagan Reed, it's got to be Reagan Reed.
Yeah, it's got to be Reagan Reed. She was incredible.
What, 27 points? And the threes that just were daggers.
She had 1, 2, 3 threes. She was
You
also
know that Speedway Chevrolet is part of the Lee Johnson Auto family. That means 84 years of serving you the LJ way. Need a truck? We have the perfect truck to fit your needs. Half tons, 1 ton, 2-wheel drives, and 4-wheel drives. Our finance specialists are here to help you, whether you have good credit or bad credit. We're just off Highway 522 at West Main Street in Monroe.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
headset for you. Yep.
Oh, I've never got this before. Oh, hi.
Hi, here we're back. There's Reagan Reed, our Speedway Chevrolet Player of the Game. Just look over here. So Reagan, tell us first of all, 27 points for you tonight. And what was so impressive, obviously the defense, but you had 3 fouls quite early in that first half. Tell us about your mentality and the coach and what they were telling you there about how to play with 3 fouls.
You know, I tend to foul early like that. It's so annoying. But I don't know. I try to keep him in front, but it's just really hard. So I'm used to kind of playing with not a lot of fouls in the first quarter, but like I normally do that. So I'm used to it, but I've just learned I can't get down on myself like that. Like I have to just keep building myself up and build up my teammates. And, you know, I just thought, like, since we were down by, I don't know how many, 14 at halftime?
13 at half.
Yeah, I was just like, we got to win. Like, we can't be tied for first place. We got to get first place. Like,
well,
I don't know.
Speaking of that, what did Coach Edens talk to you gals about at halftime? I mean, that could have been the speech of the year. You're coming off a very tough loss at the Kamiak 3-pointer at the buzzer. What was the speech, or can you even talk about it on the air?
Oh my gosh. You know, he was just like, we can play, like we've played better than that. We've played against the hardest teams, like Central Valley, best team in the state. Like, we're way better than that. We shouldn't be losing by 14 at halftime to just, you know, like a Wesco team. Like, come on, like, so I was just like, man, like we have to be better than that. We have to take the opportunities that we get. Like, we shouldn't be rushing shots. We have to move the ball around and stuff. Like, we just got to be better. And we really picked ourselves up at the second half.
Some of the difference in this game were some of those threes you knocked down, and some of them, what was the mentality? What are you thinking? And some of them, you're like 8 or 9 feet behind the three-point line. It's like Harlem Globetrotter range.
What is your range?
I don't know. Like, I do that a lot. I practice. When I shoot after practice and stuff, like I practice way deep shots because you never know when you're going to need that. Like if you're down 3 or, you know, like.
I think you and Abby Josephitis can stand back to back at the half-court line and probably drain it.
Yeah, we have Abby's ranges. Dang, she can shoot from way back. I don't even know. But yeah.
The other great thing about tonight, our player of the game with us, our Speedway Chevrolet player of the game, Reagan Reed here, number 22. First of all, you got a lot of experience last year.
Yeah.
And has that helped you in tight games like this, clawing back all the different experiences you've had, playing against with Kylie? And you guys are pretty young last year.
Yeah, we were. But, you know, after the last game we had against Kamiak, being down at the end, like, I just had to learn that you can't just be down on yourself the whole time. Like, you have to stay focused and You just have to take the right shots, and if you need to shoot it, then you got to shoot it. It doesn't matter how far back you are. Like, you just have to. So
9 for 10 from the charity stripe tonight.
what is that? What does that mean?
The free throw line.
Oh.
Charity stripe.
Oh, yeah. Last year I really struggled with my free throw, so I was not about to do that again. Like I don't even know what my percentage was, but it wasn't very good. So I had to be better about that.
Well, congratulations. You were definitely the difference maker tonight.
Thank you.
Yes. Congratulations. Our Speedway Chevrolet. Here's the shirt. You're going to hold it up. We're going to get pictures and all kinds of stuff for you.
Okay.
Reagan Reed. I tell you what, the sophomore. You didn't get another foul, Reagan.
I know. I was not. I hate doing that.
Our Speedway Chevrolet player of the game tonight, as the Lake Stevens Vikings, they are now sole position owners of that first place 4A Wesco. Congratulations, Reagan. Go have a good time with your teammates.
Okay,
congratulations.
Thank you, Reagan. Have a good one. So Lake Stevens, they go to Monroe. They have a home game next Wednesday night, and now they move to 8-1, and Glacier Peak falls to 7-2. Tim Boyle, Ron Henthorn with you here. A great win. You saw the savviness of a very strong team. Lake Stevens, RPI 8. Like I said, she won over Central Valley. This is a stellar squad here.
Yeah, and they just didn't give up, and that's, they probably are going to find themselves the #1 seed going into that tournament at the end of the year, and that's going to be huge. It paid off for them. I don't see how it's going to be really difficult for Glacier Peak now. Lake Stevens has beaten them twice, so they're basically like a full game and a half back.
Yeah, Reed with 27, Kylie Griffin with 14. On the Grizzlies side, I mean, it was the Alexis Newman show in the first half, 18. I mean, she was unstoppable. She finishes with 22. Again, Josephitis quietly somewhat gets 15. For Glacier Peak, they got to go face a tough Jackson at Jackson.
And that'll, the crowd will be thick there, and it'll be loud. So that'll be a tough test for them.
And you know who's going to be there, I would think?
Who?
Ron the Wedge Henthorn.
Oh, yeah, Ron's a staple.
Bringing it to you on STSPN.com. Ron, what's your final thoughts here? Oh, we can't hear you, Ronnie. What's Ronnie's? Did we turn Ronnie off? What are we doing here? Can't hear Ron.
Now you got me.
There we go.
Good thing I wasn't talking earlier because you wouldn't have heard me. So my final thoughts are really that I think the Grizzlies are a strong team. I think they played well and just kind of had a letdown coming out there in that second half. But give the Vikings credit because they went into half and said, we got to make some adjustments. And we talked about what those might be, and I think they just did just that. They're going to be a long way in this season. So I'm looking forward to that final meeting to come up in the playoffs. Probably end up with the Grizzlies the #2 seed, the Vikings the #1 seed, and we'll probably see them in the first part of February.
We'll see them in the playoffs.
All right, that's going to do it for us. Lake Stevens Vikings, they hold on. They're the #1 team in Wesco 4A girls, 66-58 for Ron the Wedge Henthorn, Tim Boyle, Todd Elvig, Sarah Elvig, Scott Ohsman saying so long. Stay tuned to STSPN.com. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.